Hi all, today we are going to discuss about the capacitance of double circuit three-phase line. So, in the double circuit line, let us assume each phase is divided into two parts. The phase A is divided as A and I am keeping the A dash. So, similar is the case for phase B and B dash. I am taking the phase C and C dash conductors. These are two adjacent sets. So, here A, B, C belong to one circuit and this A dash, B dash, C dash belong to the second circuit, and we are maintaining the distance in such a way that it is symmetrically spaced. So, unsymmetrically spaced case we will see after making the summary of this, because directly calculating the unsymmetrical will take so much time for making the derivation. So, let us assume the distance of separation between each conductors. So, this distance is equal to d, and the distance of separation between two sides of a conductor, that means B, B dash, A dash, like that, this will be equal to 2d, as well as this distance, if you calculate, this distance will come as equal to root 3 times of d. They are kept on the vertices of a triangle or on the circle in such a way that d is the separation between them and 2d is between two sides of a conductor. So, now we are going to calculate what is the potential between the point AB due to the first circuit. That means first circuit means we are only considering the current passing through the circuit A, B, C conductors only, subconductors. I am not considering the conductor A dash, B dash, C dash. Let us assume the charge carried by each conductor A, B, C is equal to Q, or each conductor I can take QA, QB and QC. So, we can tell that VAB due to the first set of the conductors will be QA divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into ln of. So, we are moving from, because B to A. So, B is making a distance of D divided by, and the conductor A, let us assume it is having a radius of r. So, similar is the case due to the second conductor, that is QB by 2 pi epsilon naught ln of. So, the distance of B with respect to B is the radius only. Distance of B, conductor B with respect to A, because we have to move from B to A, it is equal to the distance d. So, similar is the case due to the third, this will be QC divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into ln of. So, the C is making a distance of D with respect to B and a distance of root 3 times of D with respect to A. So, this is due to the first circuit. So, similar is the case, I can calculate the potential between the point AB due to the second set of conductors. Second set of conductors means A dash, B dash and C dash. Then you will take the sum to get the total overall effect. So, that is why this I can calculate as, again through A dash I am assuming the charge is equal to QA. This will be QA by 2 pi epsilon naught multiplied by ln of distance of A dash with respect to B. So, that will come as root 3 times of D divided by distance of A dash with respect to A will be 2 times of D. So, similarly, QB into ln of distance of B dash with respect to B is 2D. Distance of B dash with respect to A will be equal to root 3 times of D. So, similar is the case QC into ln of, because by 2 pi epsilon naught I forget, so please keep it by 2 pi epsilon naught ln of. So, what is the distance of C dash with respect to B? This will be equal to root 3 times of D. Distance of C dash with respect to A will be equal to D. So, this way I can calculate the potential difference between 2 points. So, let us take it as equation number 2. So, I can calculate my total value of the potential between A and B will be due to the first circuit and due to second circuit. So, this I am taking as 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught into QA into ln of root 3 times of D divided by 2 times of R. If you take the sum, you will get this one. This will be QB into ln of 2 times of R divided by root 3 times of D plus QC into ln of 1. So, ln of 1 will be equal to 0. So, this will become equal to 0. So, this I can further simplify as 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught into QA into ln of root 3D divided by 2R plus QB into ln of 2R divided by root 3 into D. This is what we get. So, let us take it as equation number 3. In the similar way, I can calculate my potential between point A and C. So, if you calculate it, I am directly writing the answer. You can just try to derive it, you will get the same type. This will become equal to QA into ln of root 3D divided by 2R plus QC into ln of 2R divided by root 3 into D. So, let us take it as equation number 4. So now I am taking the sum of VAB and VAC. So this can be something like this. This is, let us take as VAN. This is my VBN. So this is my value of VCN. So VAB is nothing but VAN minus VBN. So the sum of these two will give my value. This is my value of VAB. Similar is the case if I want to calculate VAC. VAN minus VCN. VC I am extending in the second side. So this will be my value of VAC. So I am taking the sum of VAB and VAC. So sum of VAB and VAC will come here. This will be the sum of VAB plus VAC. So if you take the sum of these two, you can calculate, you will get this answer as 3 times of the value of VAN, because this can be obtained by P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of the angle. This angle will be 60 degrees. Each of these will be equal to root 3 times of E phase. The magnitude will be root 3 times of E phase for the line voltage. So this will be equal to 3 times of VAN. So I am directly substituting this one. So this I can write as 3 times of VAN is equal to, I am taking the sum of the equation number 3 and 4. It will become 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught into 2 times of QA ln of root 3 times of D divided by 2R plus QB plus QC into ln of 2 times of R divided by root 3 into D. This is what we get. So we know the total sum of the charges will be equal to 0. So I can write QB plus QC, I can write as minus QA, right? So from this I can tell that VAN, because both sides 3 will come, if I am minimizing this, this will become 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught into QA into ln of root 3D divided by 2 times of R. This is what we get. So from this I can calculate my CAN. CAN will be equal to QA divided by VAN. This will be equal to 2 pi epsilon by ln of root 3 times of D divided by 2R. This is farads per meter. Remember here, this is for each conductor. We are calculating between each conductors only. For each conductor only we are calculating the value. So like this, 2 capacitance will be formed. So these 2 capacitors are connected in parallel in the end, because A and A dash are connected in parallel, B and B dash are connected in parallel, C and C dash are connected in parallel. So whenever you are connecting 2 capacitors in parallel, the sum of the capacitance will be equal to 2 times of CAN if you calculate the value. Because this is per conductor, per phase will become equal to 2 times of CAN. So we can tell that CN for the entire circuit will be 4 pi epsilon naught divided by ln of root 3 into D divided by 2R. So this will be farads per meter per phase. So per phase we are calculating. So let us try to calculate this using the method of GMD or GMR concept, so that we can make the summary, then we can go for unsymmetrical spacing. So now I am solving using GMD and GMR concept. So here GMR for the case of capacitance will be little different compared to before. Now GMD of phase A. So if you want to calculate, total 8 distances will be there. So it will become equal to 8th root of the conductor A to B distance, again distance from conductor A to C, distance from conductor A to C dash, similarly distance from conductor A to C dash. So similar is the case for second circuit also there for first phase A. This will be A dash to B, similarly distance of A dash to B dash. So similarly distance of A dash to C and distance of A dash to C dash. So if you are substituting all these distances, this will become 8th root of 8 into root 3 times of D into root 3 times of D into root 3 times of D into D into root 3 times of D. Total value if substitute you will get like this. This will become equal to 4th root of 3D to the power of 4. So similar is the case, we can calculate the self GMD or GMR of the phase A. So for phase A, how many distances will be there? Distance of A with respect to A, that will be equal to radius. Distance of A with respect to A dash. Similarly, with respect to A dash, distance of A dash with respect to A. This will become distance of A dash with respect to A. Distance of A dash with respect to A dash will be radius R. So this I can write as 4th root of R multiplied by 2D multiplied by 2D multiplied by R. This will become square root of 2 into D multiplied by the radius. So I can calculate the capacitance for phase 2. Cn will be equal to 2 pi epsilon naught into ln of the value of this GMD divided by GMR. Here you have to remember, while calculating GMR for capacitance, we have to take the radius R only, not R dash. because in the case of inductance we have taken R dash because we have to account for internal flux linkages. Here internal electric field intensity will not be there, that's why we have to take the radius R. So this we have already discussed before. So this if you substitute, you will get it as 2 pi epsilon naught ln of 4th root of 3d to the power of 4 divided by square root of 2d R. So if you simplify this, this will become 2 pi epsilon naught divided by 1 by 2 into ln of 3 times of d to the power of 4 divided by 2 times of rd. That square root or 1 by 2 I have taken outside. So this if I simplify, this will become 4 pi epsilon naught divided by ln of root 3d divided by 2r. Okay, this is in farads per meter per phase. So this is same as what we have calculated per phase. So you have to remember, if you are using the GMD and GMR method, whether you are calculating the inductance or the capacitance of double circuit line, you will directly get the inductance or capacitance per phase value directly. So that thing you have to remember this one. So now coming to the capacitance of unsymmetrically spaced double circuit line. So I am calculating capacitance of unsymmetrically spaced double circuit line. So let us assume that unsymmetrically spaced double circuit line is transposer line. So transposer line means each conductor will occupy the second position. So I am taking, let us assume the position number 1 is here. So position number 2 I will draw here. What are the values? So this is for position number 2. So similar is the case for position number 3. They will again interchange their positions. So let us take it as position number 3. So at position number 1, let us take the conductors are A, B, C phases here, and this is A dash, B dash and C dash. So let us assume this distance I am taking as H, this distance I am taking as G, and this distance I am taking as F for simplicity, and this distance I am taking as D. D is the distance between two conductors, that means two adjacent phases. So now in the next one what happens, this will be interchanged. So this will become C, this will become A, this will become B. So this will become B dash, A dash and C dash. So this will be equal to B, C, A, and this will be A dash, C dash and B dash. So every conductor will occupy the second position. So these are the three different positions. So for this I can calculate my GMD. So GMD in the first case will be equal to 4th root of dA to B, dA to C, similarly dA to B dash, dA to C dash. These are the different phases. So this will become 4th root of D into 2D into G into H. So this is for conductor 1. So similarly in case of GMD in position number 2, this will become 4th root of dA to B, dA to C, dA to B dash and GA to C dash. This will become equal to 4th root of D into D into G into G. That is for second condition. Similarly the case of GMD in the third position, so this will be equal to 4th root of 2D into D into H into G. This is what we calculated. So 3 GMDs are calculated. So similarly I can calculate my GMR in the first condition will be square root of R into that DAA dash. So this will become equal to square root of R into F. R is the radius of the conductor. Similar is the case GMR2, this will be equal to the radius of the conductor into DAA dash. So it will be equal to square root of R into H in the second condition. Similarly GMR3 of conductor A, so this will be equal to, if you calculate, this will become square root of R into F. Please don't confuse because I am confusing small and capital letters. Both are one and the same for radius. So now the total or average value of the GMD will be equal to cube root of GMD1 multiplied by GMD2 multiplied by GMD3. This will become cube root of, so whatever the values we have seen now, still now, so those things we have to calculate. This will be D multiplied by 2D multiplied by G into H whole to the power of 1 by 4. Second one is D square G square whole to the power of 1 by 4. Third one is 2 into D square into H into G whole to the power of 1 by 4. These are the values. So if you simplify them, you will get it as 2 to the power of 1 by 6, D to the power of 1 by 2, G to the power of 1 by 2, 1 by 3 and H to the power of 1 by 6. This is for DM. Similar is the case, the mean value of the self distance will be cube root of GMR1 into GMR2 into GMR3. So this will become R to the power of 1 by 2, F to the power of 1 by 3, H to the power of 1 by 6. So I can calculate my capacitance to neutral of phase A, or each phase will be, because it is transposed, this will become 2 pi epsilon naught into ln of this GMD by GMR. This will be 2 to the power of 1 by 6, D to the power of 1 by 2, G to the power of 1 by 3, H to the power of 1 by 6 divided by R to the power of 1 by 2 into F to the power of 1 by 3 into H to the power of 1 by 6. So if you simplify this, you will get it as 4 pi epsilon naught ln of 2 to the power of 1 by 3 d into dg to the power of 2 by 3 divided by R into F to the power of 2 by 3. This will be in farads per meter per phase. So in this way you have to calculate the values. So using GMR and GMD, only one thing you have to remember: if you are calculating using GMR and GMD, it will directly give the value of the capacitance per phase. So per phase, because you have to remember that each circuit will have a capacitance of, let us assume capacitance, 2 capacitors are there for each one. That means conductor A and A dash. So both will be connected in parallel. We know when 2 capacitors are connected in parallel, the sum will be 2 times the capacitance due to each conductor. Whereas in the case of inductance, we have taken 1 by 2. Please don't confuse between these two. So in order to avoid the confusion, I personally suggest you, whenever any numerical is given in the exam, please try to calculate using GMD and GMR concept only. And only difference between GMR of inductance and capacitance is, in the case of inductance, we will take as R dash instead of radius to account for the internal flux linkages. So here we will take only the radius only. That is the difference between these two, and GMD will be same in both the cases. So please remember this. If you remember this, then any calculation will be easy in the exam. I hope that how to calculate the capacitance of double circuit 3-phase line is completely clear to you. If you still have any queries, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. I will answer to your queries from there. Thank you very much.